Shaz Chowdhury, Pep Talk UK, joined by Umar,
Boom, boom, boom.
top boxer Sadiq, back in the UK on home soil.
That's what's up.
Umar, I interviewed you the day before you flew out.
Yeah.
You jumped on a plane to Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Good flight?
It was a good flight, actually. It was.
And
Comfortable flight as well.
you landed in Moscow.
Yeah.
The minute you come out, you got media in your face.
I know. That actually made it feel like a big fight. So, obviously it's a big fight for me. You know, like the biggest fight of my career so far. But when I got there and there was media waiting at the airport, I was like, yo, like, they're really taking this thing serious. That was cool.
You got there on a Monday?
Yeah.
Media duties. 2 days later, I see you doing a little workout, a bit of promotion.
Yeah.
How did you find the whole experience? Walking into Russia, the lights are on you, the attention is on you.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I'm a big boxing fan, innit? I watch a lot of boxing, so I've learnt that one of the things that you've got to learn to deal with as you go up the levels is the media obligations. And you hear a lot of the more experienced, hold on. Yeah, you hear a lot of the more experienced fighters talk about it often. And so I just took it on my stride, man. I just took it as, okay, this is what it means to be at world level. You know, you've got to do the media obligations, and that's part of the process, and just take it like a champ. And, you know, I enjoyed it.
When was the first time you laid eyes on Chudinov face to face?
Right, so first time I laid eyes on him was when I was doing the media workout, like you said, and the promo videos, because he was in the same vicinity, but we were never, you know, right next to each other. First time I got to look at him first face to face was the day of the weigh-in.
You stand there, you weigh in,
Mm-hmm.
you looked at the man.
Mm-hmm.
What was your first feeling when you set eyes on him?
You know what? I'm very stoic when it comes to things like that. You know, I don't feel anything. It's just numb. So I look at him and face him because I have to promote the fight, but I'm not feeling anything. I've already mentally prepared myself to get in a ring and absolutely annihilate this guy as best as I possibly can. So when I see him, I mean, some fighters like to look for things for confidence, right? You know, see if the opponents may be unsure of themselves or if they're nervous or whatever. I don't care if he's nervous or not. I know what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go in and do it.
Day before the fight,
Yeah.
a bit of kerfuffle with the judges.
Mm-hmm.
Change of neutral judges to all Russian. Everything's all Russian.
Everything's all right.
How did that go down?
It wasn't very good. It was day before the fight. We'd just come from the weigh-in. I was going to get something to eat, and we were all in a minivan, and then Francis was in a minivan as well, and he just got off the phone and was like, fuck, we've got a bit of news, you might not like it. And I was like, what is it? And he goes, all the officials are Russian. I was like, fucking hell. But at this point, again, I'm stoic from this point on. It's just, I'm here to do the job. So, you know, there was a lot of back and forth between Frank Warren Promotions and the Russian promoter. You know, you guys are not you're not keeping up with the contractual obligations and agreement. Umar might pull out. These are the penalties, or this is what could happen. Yada yada yada. But for me, my job is to fight, so I was just focused on fighting, and I would like to say it had no effect on the fight, but it absolutely did, because I went in there thinking I had to win every second of every round to win the fight, and you know, and going into the 12th round, one judge had me up, but then the other two had Chudinov winning by 2 and by 1, which I haven't watched the fight back, but I was in the fight and I remember what was happening. I don't think you can make a case for that. So, you know, as much as I put in all that effort to make sure I was winning clearly, it still wasn't even enough for some of the judges. So it goes to show you that, you know.
I haven't even got to the fight yet. I'm still at the ring walk. That ring walk was a bit naughty, weren't it?
It probably was. I didn't realise how good it looked until I saw videos on social media. Because obviously I'm there, they kind of rushed us to come out. Like, oh, you got to come out now, you got to come out now, whatever. So on TV there might have been a bit of a delay before I came out. But yeah, I went out and then the girls were there. I was like, whoa, we've got 4 girls dancing in Union Jack onesies and whatnot. or one pieces. It was
And
really
you were
cool.
trying to stay focused for a fight at that point.
No, I was. Trust me, I was focused. Believe me, I was focused. But yeah, it looks lit, man.
Well, it could have been worse.
Nah, it probably
You,
looks
I'll
lit.
tell you what, it could have been worse. You could have been coming out. Did you bump into, like, I wanted to ask you this. Did you bump into the bear backstage?
Nah, does it?
There was a bear there, man.
I know. I've seen in some of the other promotions. It's Vlad Hurinov is the promoter, and he actually owns the beer. So it's like his mascot. So he gets the beer to come out when he has his events. But obviously, for me being not an animal activist, but a believer in allowing animals to do their own thing, I'm not too keen on it. But I didn't even notice the beer. I was that focused.
Where did you pick up that headgear from?
Listen, went to Red Square, yeah, where the Kremlin is, and this beautiful church, and then we were walking down and saw a souvenir shop. So we went in because a couple of guys wanted to pick up some souvenirs, and then we saw these hats, and I was like, yo, I'm walking out into the ring in one of these hats. So they had these ones which are synthetic, and then they had some made out of real fur. Obviously I wasn't going to buy the real fur, which fucking worked out because these ones are like a £5, the real fur was like 100 quid.
You're going to sign that. I'm taking it off you.
Yo, what?
I'm taking it off you. I'm
No,
gonna.
you fucking
I'm
hate.
gonna-
If I fight in Russia again, I'm wearing
So,
this again.
so there were £5, yeah. You couldn't pick up a couple of them.
And, I wasn't thinking of that. I was,
I think they realised that Umar Sadiq's in the house. Umar's got heckling all over the place.
Do you think the camera picks that up?
Yeah, it probably does. It
Oh,
probably
man.
does. We've good fun
Yeah, so where was I with it?
with
yeah,
the hat.
Yeah, so yeah, I just picked up the hat and I was like, this is gonna be really cool because I actually really like Russia. Like I enjoyed being there. I enjoyed the people, the hospitality, all of that stuff, and I would love to go back on a holiday. So yeah, when I saw it, I was just like, you know, I'm gonna honor these guys because they've earned it at least from the hospitality.
I'm going to apologise to Terry Chappandama because I'm going to get this quote wrong.
Go on.
But he said, I saw a tweet and I'm misquoting him, but it was words to the effect that top boxer Umar Sadiq is the most popular boxer from Russia.
I saw something about that.
Yeah, well, that was class.
I'm not sure what that's based on, but
It's just by the fact that I've seen your social media. I've seen the amount of Russians that have followed you.
oh yeah, so many.
Did you have any idea of how much you were popping off in the UK? People were right behind you. Everyone was tuning in.
Yeah.
There was a lot of buzz about that fight.
There were a lot of people tuning in. I tried to put it into perspective because, I mean, when I posted the next day or 2 days after the fight a video footage from the fight, I think I've got like 10,000 views on my social media, on my Instagram anyway, and I don't really know exactly how many people are tuned into the fight. So for me personally, as much as I've had a lot of love directly, you know, as an individual responding to people, there's a lot of messages to get back to, but I'm still aware that in the grand scheme of things, if it was 10,000 people, that in the grand scheme of things, it's not that many people, but it's a lot of, but on a personal level, it's what an achievement, right? To have that many people care about what you're doing and tune in. So yeah, I loved it, but there were a lot of Russians as well sending me messages saying, you know, some Russians are sending me messages saying you were winning that fight, all you have to do is get through the 12th round. There were Russians saying you fought like a warrior, you've got the heart of a lion, we're so proud of you, we love you. I've had a lot of messages like that, so it's really good. I think I earned their respect, and to earn the respect of the Russians as a warrior is not an easy task, is it? So
End of the fight, obviously exhaustion kicked in. We've
Yeah.
spoken about it. You had us all worried for a little bit there.
yeah, I mean, I was putting that much in the fight, and you know when people say like leave it all in the ring, like I genuinely did. So, you know, it's one of those things where no regrets whatsoever, because I had no more to put in. The only thing I could have done is pace myself differently. Like I literally left it all in. So anyway, I'm saying all of that in as to say, at the end of the fight, when it got stopped, it was more, oh shit, the fight's got stopped, I've lost, and oh shit, this is actually the reality of my energy system right now, and I just like passed out a bit, you know. So it wasn't anything like serious. It wasn't like I was buzzed and you know, suffering, you know, like because I was like stunned or whatever. It was pure exhaustion, pure exhaustion.
And then you were at the hospitality of the Russian hospital system, which I'm not going to get into in too much detail, save for the fact that you come out the other end.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you don't mind me plugging another interview on your channel, but
Oh, no problem.
Yeah.
I've seen Danny flexing.
exactly.
I like
Seconds
Danny.
Out. Yeah,
Yeah.
Danny Flex and Seconds Out interviewed me earlier, and I gave a full story about what happened with the hospital and how I went in to get my head checked because I had a bit of a headache and came out with a back problem that I'm still having now, which is why I'm moving so much against this pole. And just the things that happened with it. And someone said to me after, this sounds like a movie, and I never thought about it like that before.
Yeah,
but
ka-ching, ka-ching.
Yeah,
Now you got Shaz in front, you're thinking,
Yeah,
Shaz, ka-ching, ka-ching.
you gotta make something of it. But yeah, it was really like a movie. So if you got time, get on Seconds Out. You can get a link on my Insta story, or I retweeted the tweet, and you can get to see that. But yeah, man, the hospital wasn't great, but that was the hospital. It's not representative of all of Moscow, nor is it representative of Russia as a whole. Because like I said, like the Russians are brilliant, man.
Now we're back. Obviously, a little bit of recovery time.
Yeah.
Big fight still on the table. You contracted to fight for the British and the Commonwealth title. How soon can we be looking at? 12 weeks? Hits us nearer Christmas time, January.
I don't actually know, man. You know what? When I went to fight Trinov, I heard rumours that there was an announcement for LeBron coming through. Now, if I'm taking another fight in the interim, then obviously it makes sense that his team would crack on and have another fight in the interim. So I don't know if he's fighting another fight in the interim. But even if he's not, or even if he is, and expectedly he comes through it because he's a good fighter, then I still need to know what's happened with my medical situation with the boxing board. I haven't spoken to anyone since I've been back on Saturday. I got back on Saturday. I haven't spoken to anyone since. But yeah, the priority right now is to work out. I know I'm healthy. I don't think I need anyone's opinion, and my back just needs to straighten out. And it's just working out. Am I healthy enough for the board to give me or to reinstate my license? I don't think it's been revoked in the first place, but you know what I mean. And then from that point on, we go about working out when my next fight is and whether or not it'll be against Leron in the first place. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you've gone, I thought, the WBA gold champion.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's had to stop you.
Yeah.
As painstaking as that is for me to say in the
Yeah.
12th, just to get the win. The world's your oyster. I'd like super
And-
middleweights beware.
Yeah, and let's face it, the fight was first mooted to me 3.5 weeks before the fight.
Yeah, 100%.
And the fight got confirmed a week before the fight. And I just done my first ever 12 rounder against WBA gold champion. He's an ex-world champion. And who's a durable, make you work hard type of fighter. So the fact that I'm able to do that, I think will potentially put a lot of fighters on notice.
Super middleweights worldwide.
Yeah.
Worldwide are on notice because I wouldn't like to say it. Umar's happy to take fights on short notice. No, he won't. They'll have a full camp. Give him a full
Yeah.
camp. And I'll be honest, the world is your oyster.
Exactly. So, I mean, there's so many things to look at. You know, what the options are, what my health situation is, licensing situation, all of that. But once all that's set, we'll figure out what's next. I just hope that I don't have to go through what I went through in that 2019 again. Because I was horrible. I wish that I'd known, man. Like, even to the point where I try to talk up Cody Davis whenever I get the chance. Because like, he's genuinely a good fighter. And I think that performance on 1 week's notice shows you that if I had a full camp for Cody Davis and that was the fight I had with him, like the guy is a good fighter. I think personally he has a future at super middleweight. A lot of people making excuses for his weight, but I was in there with him. I know what I felt. The guy is a very good fighter. So, you know, I hope he gets to come again very soon without having to go through what I went through, because it's a very horrible thing to have to go through. And the sacrifices that I had to make were just, you don't ask anyone to make those sacrifices.
Your stock has definitely risen.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've got my eyes peeled. I want to see what movement there's been in the world rankings and see your name in and amongst them. I know you're going to be like looking at them.
They ain't gonna be there, man. Even like if I lost some points or something, I think it would have been better. But getting stopped, whether it's the 12th round or the first, I don't think the ranking systems look at it that way.
Umar,
so
listen,
much.
I'm going to be able to tell my grandkids what really went down, because
Yeah.
I was here before you even flew out,
Yeah.
dude, to fly out on a Monday,
Yeah.
to go and fight on a Friday
Yeah.
in Russia.
Yeah.
I can't even describe it in words. It's for me, you've got the maximum respect, not just as a
Thanks,
friend,
man.
but look, stepping back as a boxer,
Yeah,
very few would have the balls to do what you
yeah,
did.
the courage and the self-belief. Yeah,
The self-belief was there.
yeah.
The only thing I was worried about, even after, like, I was worried if that bear's going to get hold of you and maul you, I'll be honest. Especially with that hat on, I thought it might try and mate with you or something.
Could you imagine?
I really don't want to imagine, but that was all your animal protection rights out as well.
No, you're right. And something that a few people muted to me that didn't even cross my mind before was you went out and you didn't freeze under the lights. And I was like, freeze? Like, but it never even crossed my mind freezing. But
That's what I meant. It's the culture. You've walked in. You haven't even got jet lag out your system. You've literally jumped off a plane.
Yeah.
You got cameras being thrust in your face.
yeah,
It's like from London life,
Yeah.
from the fights that we've had previously,
Yeah.
to what you've just done.
yeah.
It is. It's not a step up in class, but it is a different world, isn't it?
It
in
is,
boxing?
it is. And then every day there was a schedule. You got to be here at this time and that time, and you go get a medical this day, and then afterwards we need you for this media obligation, and yada yada yada. But you know, it is what it is. Like I
Get
said,
used to it.
Yeah, it's
Get used to it.
exactly.
This is how it's gonna-
This is what comes with the territory. When you see the likes of Mayweather and McGregor doing their press tour and bagging all that money that they bagged, well, they still have to be training whilst doing the press tour, you know.
I know Logan Paul's looking for an opponent and Mayweather's looking for an opponent.
Yeah,
like, you're gonna throw the hat in the ring.
You know them ones. You already know, bro. Call my phone. I'll be there.
Bad back or no bad back.
Yeah,
I'm
you
all
know
right.
them ones, but I don't think anyone will be paying big money to be watching me against any of them. That's just me being honest. But yeah, I mean, if I can have fights like that, I'll definitely have them.
Umar, anyone you want to give a shout out to?
I'm gonna give big shout outs to all the people who I was gonna say something funny, but don't worry. Now, big shout outs first of all to Pep Talk UK, always supporting, being there from the start, from the very jump, before I even made my pro debut. So enough love.
And we even let you plug other boxing
Do you
channels
know
on
what
our.
I mean? Like this is
No one
family.
does that. We
This
don't
is
edit
family,
out. We
fam.
don't even edit out.
This is family. Yeah, and you know, big love and respect to and appreciation to everyone who's been showing me love. Too many people to mention. I've literally got hundreds upon hundreds of messages on my socials that I need to respond to still. I'm getting through them, and then I'm discovering more and more on my WhatsApp as well that I thought I'd answered, but I didn't. But yeah, just there's been a lot of love, and I'm getting back to everyone because if people are taking the time out to, you know, to reach out to me to show their support, the least I can do is acknowledge that. I really appreciate it, and for the most part, really, that's what I can say. And you know, thanks to my team for believing in me in the first place. Because when fights like this come up, I'm the first one to say, yeah, I'm on it, and they also believed it. But also for being professionals whilst we're out there, and you know, doing really good and looking after my well-being. And that's it, really. And for the most part, I'm not a religious person, but I'm on a spiritual path. And I'll say thanks to the Most High. That's the best, easiest way to put it. Thanks to the Most High for guiding me and bringing me out with my health intact and my faculties intact, and for still having an opportunity to come back, I believe, because I believe my health check's going to go fine.
Rest up, recover, and get yourself back under them lights.
Exactly, that's all done. I'm already under the lights, B.
That's it.
Come on.
Under the lights. Not too sure about that fixed penalty dog notice behind you. But I told you to keep it covered.
Yeah, I know you did, but listen, the pain, yeah, I was just like, try not to move, I was like, no, I've got to move. But yeah.
Umar, you've got a winning smile. You're a top boxer by name, a top boxer proved by nature.
Yeah,
Love you, bro.
thank you very much, man. Appreciate it.